I'm actually meeting
Hi,
up.
everyone. Thanks very much for joining us this morning. So, I'm here today with an alum from our our community health and social policy program in Durban, South Africa. Would you like to take a moment to introduce yourself?
Yeah, my name is Kayleigh Barrett. I studied at the University of Oregon, and my term abroad in Durban, South Africa was actually my final term as an undergrad. It was a perfect way to finish. And I studied international studies with a focus on global health and development, and I minored in African studies as well. So,
Well, thank you very much for joining us this morning. I know it's still early on the West Coast, so I appreciate your help in reaching out to prospective students here. Now, to jump right into the questions, now that you're graduated from your undergraduate and back in the States, have you had a chance to continue studies in the South Africa region along the theme of your program or anything else now that you're home?
yeah, I've been definitely doing the job search, and Seattle is actually an awesome place to look for global health programs. We've got the Gates Foundation in town, and I've been reconnecting with an old research lab, actually, in infectious disease that I used to work for. So right now, just trying to make connections kind of within the field, and yeah, get hooked up with people and hopefully start interning somewhere soon.
Excellent. So, my question for you is there are a lot of options to study abroad out there and also in South Africa, including direct enrollment in some of the universities that are in the Republic there. So, what appealed to you about the SIT program and what made you settle on Durban?
Yeah, I've always been really interested in South Africa as just a country with really rich and kind of intense history. And so that was definitely something that I thought would be a really cool environment to apply global health to and health conditions. And there, yeah, a lot of interesting topics. HIV and AIDS was always something I was really interested in looking into, career-wise and study-wise. And I'd listened to a couple of Zulu music videos, and there's also a rich music scene, and so that was always really interesting to me. But yeah, especially the community health and social policy theme and aspect to the program was really what kind of drew me in, as well as the location. So
Okay, well, thank you very much for that. So now, while SIT programs there, they tend to be on the smaller side because we like to keep it personalized and a real intimate experiential learning experience. I know very often there that students will come away feeling like Zed is a South African father or uncle. So how would you, on the one hand, that leads to a very enriching academic program for you, but on the other hand, also it makes SIT one of the best kept secrets out there. So how would you explain SIT study abroad to someone who has no idea who we are?
yeah, I guess I would start by saying it's all experience based, and you're able to really immerse yourself in a rich and learning environment because it is so small and because you really get to know the people that you're learning with and the people that are helping your experience along while you're there. Um, and yeah, so I guess when people ask me what exactly I did on my program, I definitely talk about the hands-on learning, the excursions, living with students. How homestays are definitely the biggest thing, and I think because the program is so small and tight knit, the homestays are really a point of um, just intense and extremely enjoyable learning. And so homestays are definitely something I focus on when I talk about SIT and the size. But I don't know if that was kind of
That
a
no, that did answer my question, and it actually segues into the next question very well. So, you mentioned that you speak about the homestays a lot, and I usually ask students at this point, um, if you had to choose one aspect of the SIT experience in Durban, what would it be? would it be the homestays, since you talk about it so much, or would it be something else?
Yeah, I think so. I think one of my regrets, which are very few, was not being able to stay longer in the homestays, and that was just because of my study topic. But yeah, I think the homestays was one of the most enriching experiences, and was really one of those that made me kind of come out of my shell while I was over there, and learning with the language. Definitely, it was one of the best opportunities, and I loved my host mama and my host family, my little siblings and everything. So I think that was, yeah, definitely one of my favorite parts, and would, yeah, definitely do an SIT program again because of the homestay experience. But,
Do you keep in touch with the homestay still?
yeah, actually, we created a lot of really good bonds with a friend group that lives in Cato Manor, the township that we were staying in. So I keep in contact with almost everybody that was my age, since it's been a couple months since I got back. But we WhatsApp and Facebook message, and I talked to my mom a little bit, and yeah, definitely.
Excellent. So you mentioned because of your study topic, you weren't able to stay in the homestay family quite so long, but would you want to go into what you studied a little bit for the independent study project portion?
Yeah, so my topic was a little interesting. It was all about research, actually, and research relationships, and how to kind of cultivate relationships that are mutual on both sides, but still create a research product. And that's extremely applicable with what I want to do later on. I'm thinking medical anthropology. And so having the chance to produce an autoethnography was a huge, huge plus side to the program. And yeah, so I'm actually kind of rebooting my ISP a little bit, at doing a little edits and stuff and sending it to past professors to look at. But
Excellent. Make sure you definitely let us know if anything comes of this, because we really like hearing about what our alumni have done.
yeah, great.
So now, as we come to the end of the interview, I want to ask you if there was one thing that you know now that you wish you knew before you applied to the program in South Africa, what would that be?
Oh my goodness. I think, I think I definitely wish I knew more about the country as a whole, to kind of just get, I guess, perspective before I came, so that when I was started to see things for the first time, things kind of clicked a little bit more. But I think that's also kind of a little, I don't know, a little hard to say, because part of the like greatness of the program, the experience, was just seeing things for the first time and like letting the connections happen as you were in country. But I don't know, yeah, not I kind of loved everything we did over there. So it's hard to, I don't know, it's hard to think if I would change anything thinking back now. But
Understandably, and I see a little bit of South Africa behind you on the wall
yeah.
there. And as someone who first went to South Africa in 2005, it definitely stays with you.
Yes.
So thank you very much for taking time this morning, and I really appreciate all the help you've been over the course of the last couple of months and talking with students. So now, as a last word, is there anything that you'd like to say to students out there who are contemplating studying abroad in South Africa or the greater Africa region, or just study abroad in general? What would that be?
Yeah, I would say it's a little intimidating looking on websites and just reading the facts. Um, and definitely things like homestay was kind of a little scary to me at first, but definitely just kind of go for it, jump in. My motto while I was in South Africa was Yebo, which means yes, and just kind of like say yes, immerse in yourself, climb Table Mountain, just kind of throw yourself into things that you may not have do, usually with reason, of course, but yeah, while you're studying abroad, get out of it.
You actually climbed Table Mountain?
Yeah.
You did? Okay. Every time I've been there, it's been way too hot to go out and climb it. So.
Oh my gosh, it was a little rough, but I'm so glad I did. It's like euphoria once I was like, yeah.
Excellent. Well, I wish you the best of luck in your future endeavors, and thank you very much for helping prospective students as they consider studying abroad.
Of course. Thank you.
Have a good rest of your morning.
I will. Yes, you do.